Hi there. My name's Lauren Fern, and I'm making this short video to welcome you to Math 115 online this spring semester. Um, I just want you to be able to put a face to the whole course. I realize that in asynchronous online courses, people can oftentimes feel like an island. And I want you to know that I am totally available to you. My hope is that from this short video, you're going to get a sense that I want nothing more than for you to be successful in this class and feel good about what you've learned and gained. Um, what I want to do is just kind of give you a very brief outline of the course, give you a little tour of the different sites we'll be using. Primarily, it's just one site to help get you oriented to the course. Um, Again, I'm going to say it. We really need you to engage in the class. I think the most difficult part of succeeding in asynchronous online courses is fighting off the procrastination. So, in general, in this course, you can work at your own pace. I do have a couple of solid deadlines just to be sure that everybody's engaging, but past that, everything is just due by the last day of finals, which is May 12th. In terms of two deadlines, I will say that I need everyone to have taken test one by spring break. I'll show you in the syllabus my suggested syllabus, in which case test one will happen well beforehand, but I need everybody to at least have engaged in that portion of the material by spring break. The other thing that I have, and this is by the 14th day of class, I'll show you where it exists, is a syllabus quiz. I just need to be sure that everybody's read through the syllabus. And it's also a way for me to kind of get to know you. So it's not meant to be anything challenging. It's just a way for us to have an introduction to each other. So I think what I'm going to do is, again, just a couple other things. I've been at for 20 years. I taught for 12 years prior in Illinois. And I am happy to help you in terms of math, in terms of answering questions about advising, whatever you need. I really want you to know that you have a very present person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen to various items for you. The first thing that I'm going to do is let you know that there is a welcome email, which probably alerted this video to you. And the first direction there is to take you to our class Moodle page. So here's our class Moodle page. There's not a lot that I'm going to say about this, other than you won't be using the Moodle page for very much. Okay. So on the first part of the Moodle page, you're going to see a copy of the welcome email as well as a copy of our syllabus. This is so strongly recommended that you read through the syllabus. I just can't emphasize that enough. So that's your first bit of action. The next thing that you're going to see on our Moodle page is a link to get into where pretty much our entire course takes place. This is called site My Open Math. I want you to know that it's entirely free of charge. So you don't need to worry about spending a lot of money on a math book or a calculator or anything like that. Everything here is free of charge for you, I guess, other than registering for the class. So this gives you some instructions on how to access our course. This is also on the syllabus. Here's an orientation to how it works. As you know, with any math program, you need to learn how to enter answers and that sort of thing. And this is a short YouTube video. The other thing that I want to mention is in terms of a calculator, you will need a calculator for this course. If you are in Missoula or can get to Missoula fairly easily, we do have a calculator depository at our library on the lower level of the Missoula College building, where you can check out a calculator for the entire semester free of charge. The only thing you need to do is return it at the end of the term. But this also avoids you having to purchase a calculator. I will add that there are online calculators available that you can use, but a lot of times people like to have a calculator by their side, and I do provide instructions on how to use it as the semester proceeds. This next place on our Moodle page is pretty much the place that you will have to go. So essentially, your tests are going to be on that MyOpenMath site. But the issue with taking tests on an online site is that you don't get partial credit. And for me, I believe a lot of what is important in mathematics is the process. One can make a tiny sign error and not get any points. But if you have the basic gist of what's going on, you should get most of the points. So here's what I require. When you are ready to take a test, and I will talk more about tests momentarily, I'm going to ask that you do all of your written work on the side. Before you submit your test into the MyOpenMath, I will ask you to sign this honor statement, and you will also then go to Moodle and submit all of your test work. This is to your advantage, okay? Because if you get a problem marked wrong on the test, I can then go through the work that you submitted, and if you have most of the process correct, you will get partial credit. Okay, so one place that you will need to go to the Moodle page at least 3 times is to submit each of the tests. All right, next thing on the Moodle page are other resources. I'll show you this box folder, and then here are some important resources. For example, where you can access tutoring if you're on campus or if you're not, on Zoom, for example, and various support services that we have. Finally, I'm absolutely available to help you either in person or on Zoom. And when we do meet on Zoom, this is the Zoom link that you will be using. I will add that I'll send it to you when we set up appointments. All right, so you need to start here at the Moodle page in order to get a bunch of the information. But again, past that, the Moodle page really will be used just for you to submit your tests. Okay, now from there, what you're going to need to do is get into the MyOpenMath page. And so I'm going to take you there. Again, this is entirely free of charge, which I think is so super cool. And this is what it's going to look like, okay? So what you're going to do, again, welcome to Math 115, start here. What you're going to find is the course syllabus and quiz. So when I mentioned to you that you're going to have a quote unquote quiz over the syllabus, of course you can have your syllabus right there. It's just please read it to get the necessary information so that you know how to proceed through the course. But if you click on this, you will see that, again, here's another copy of the syllabus, just the same one that's on the Moodle page. And here is how you would access the syllabus quiz. Notice you must complete this quiz by the end of the 14th day of classes for credit. And you'll see that that date is February 6th. All right, then going back to this, the next thing I want to show you is textbook information. You're going to want to click here and read through this. Some things that I'll mention is you can get printed copies if you would like. This course is a compilation of a few different books. I will link you in each section to what is relevant. But if you want to look at the entire book, all you need to do is click here. Now, what I have here in this tab, Lauren's class videos and corresponding notes, is exactly what you would get in the box folder. There's just two different places to access it. Because I've taught this course so many times and we needed to teach it in a hybrid modality during the COVID period, what I did is I recorded each of my quote unquote lectures, and I posted them to a box folder, but they're also linked here. So what you'll see here are the class videos for each section, as well as the corresponding notes that you are more than welcome to print out. Again, these are videos of me teaching the material in class. So if you want a classroom experience, you will get it. You just need to bear with me through these videos. Okay. So I want you to know that these are available to you, and I strongly recommend that you use them. All right. Again, here's how to use the My Open Math. This is the same YouTube video that's linked that I showed you briefly on the Moodle page. I think it's a helpful thing for you to watch. Now, I do also have an intro assignment. This is not counted toward your grade, but I strongly recommend that you enter this. And it's not that you're doing any math at all. They're just telling you how to enter things because, math has very specific notation. This is optional. It is recommended. The syllabus quiz, however, is worth points. So you probably want to get them where you can. Finally, we have this virtual cafe. If you're comfortable, you can introduce yourself to the class and talk about one of these sorts of things. Again, you don't have to engage in this, but if you want to build a cohort in the class, or for example, form a study group with other people in the class, I want to make these places available for you. Finally, down here is an accessible PDF file of class notes for this course that were typed up during a previous semester. Again, I want to just give you access to everything that you could use. So that's our first welcome site. Now, this student success and graphing calculator, it talks about math tutoring on both of the campuses. So it'll link you to each of these different tutoring sites and give you the hours and the availability. This is a document that I typed up years ago on how to be a successful math student. Again, I've been teaching math for over 30 years, and I see how students succeed and how they don't. And so this might be worth your while. Tips of how to be a successful online student. I think that this is a very important thing whenever somebody's taking an online course. And then I also have a series of how to learn math videos if you're interested in pursuing those. All right, so then the course begins, and I just want to give you a brief little tour of this. So we're going to start out in the first unit with sets and counting. Okay, so what I first do is I link you to the relevant textbooks where you can read the material. I also have video lessons that are linked. These are short videos. So the other videos that I showed you in the initial section, those are much longer. Those are class-long videos of me teaching the material. And I strongly recommend that you access those. But if you are more interested in, shorter little clips, this is where you want to go. And then at the end of each section, you will see that there is a homework assignment that you will click on. Okay, so this is lesson 1. Then you proceed to lesson 2. Notice here's the textbook that I refer you to. You can click on it. It'll open up the book, the relevant sections. And then here are a couple short video lessons. in addition to the ones that I had in that initial site. And then here is your lesson 2 homework. And this is how you're going to proceed. Again, textbook site, video lessons, and then homework. All right, so a couple things that I want to point out. How do you learn and study math? You learn and study math not just by reading or following along, but by actually doing it. Math is an active activity, for better or for worse, and it requires practice and practice and more practice. It's one thing to follow me while I'm working an example, but it's a whole nother ball game for you to be able to do it on your own without assistance. And that's where you need to get in order to be successful. So, what are some steps that I recommend you do in an ideal world? Well, I recommend you start by skimming the textbook. The author works through several very good examples, and I think it's very worthwhile. The next thing that I would recommend you do, notice where I'm clicking here, is that you go to my videos, especially for those of you who want an in-class experience, and go through and watch these videos. Okay, the notes that you see linked here below are essentially the notes that I'm writing as I'm teaching the course. Okay, but this is where you can have an actual course right there for you. The only difference is you can't ask questions during there. But the beautiful thing about these is you can press fast forward if something seems a little bit more than what you need. So again, first, skim through the text. Second, watch my videos and read through the class notes. Okay. Look at these short video clips. They're really good. And practice some. Again, in each of these text links, there are problems that they work through that I recommend you do in practice. When you feel ready, what you should then do is go to a homework. Okay. And what I want to point out is that this is in general what the homework questions look like. Okay, as you work each question, you're going to submit the question. What I want to say is you have essentially an endless number of tries or attempts to do each of these questions. If you run out of attempts on this question, you can then go to try a similar question. I do that because homework is where the learning takes place. Within each homework assignment, you have some options. Some of them have videos attached. So if you're not sure how to do this particular question, you can click on this short video where they take you through a very similar question. If after you've tried a question multiple times, if you are still not getting it correct, don't frustrate yourself. What I want you to do is click on this message instructor. Okay. It comes to me and I will answer your questions within 24 hours for sure. Probably a heck of a lot sooner given my temperament. Okay. But please don't work yourself into a point of frustration. Ask questions. If you want to ask questions to the class as opposed to me, you can post it to the forum. But what you're going to do is work through all of the questions. Again, like you notice, this one doesn't have an associated video. Neither does that one. When they do, I have them there. You submit each question as you go. You do not need to hit submit at the end of the homework assignment. It automatically posts. Okay. So what you'll do is you're going to proceed through each of the units. And then when you are ready, here, let me, so for example, lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you finish lesson 5, Again, here's another homework, and you can start and you'll see that they look pretty similar. Always you can message instructor. But once you get through lesson 5, that's when you're ready for the first test. Okay. What I'm going to do now is share my syllabus with you. And you will see precise instructions. Again, I talk about how the courses run. But when you are ready to take a test, oh, by the way, this is how you access it. Notice I have step-by-step instructions on how to access the My Open Math site. Here's my suggested schedule for you, okay? Again, you don't have to follow this. I strongly recommend you do. But notice when you're done with lesson 5, you're ready for test number 1, okay? So how do the tests work? You will not see the tests until you email me and want it open in the My Open Math, okay? So essentially, in order to take a test, you need to email me and you need to say, hey, Lauren, I'm ready for test 1, okay? Again, this is an online course. I'm very cognizant that people will use their notes. It's fine. There's no need to memorize formulas. You just need to know when and how to use them. But I want you to email me and give me a day at 24 hours. If it's on a weekend, please give me 24 business hours. I do like to take my weekends. But what you'll do is you'll say, hey, Lauren, I'm ready to take the test. I want to take the test on such and such date. I will then go into the My Open Math and open the test for you and make it available for you. You will then go in and take the test. They are timed. I give you 3 hours. They're really written just to take 1 hour, but I really don't want time to be a factor in anybody's success. Okay. But you can take the test anytime that day, but please note that once you open the test, the time starts ticking. So you need to take it in that time frame. And what I want you to do, as I mentioned before, is do the work for each problem on the side. And then what it says here is once you complete the test, but before you hit submit, I want you to upload your test work to the Moodle page and then press submit. Why do I want you to upload your work first? Because once you hit submit in your test, you're going to see the answers. And we've had cases where people then go and change their work. And, you know, honesty is important. Okay. So that just kind of helps keep things going. I will not open a test for you unless I see that you have done the relevant homework for that test. So essentially, as you see, you'll do lessons 1 through 5, and then you'll take the first test. You'll do lessons 6 through 11, and then take the second test. And then lessons 12, 13, 14, 15, and then unit 5. And then you'll take the third test. There is no cumulative final in the class. Once you do all of the homework and take the 3 exams, you're done. I want to mention my grading scale is on this syllabus. 90 and above is an A, 80 and above is a B, 65 and above is a C, and 55 and above is a D. Each of your tests are worth 20% of your grade to total 60%. And then 40% of your grade is from the online homework as well as the syllabus quiz. Again, there's a lot more detail. I really encourage you to read through this to get that detail. Finally, I want to share my screen with if you do go to the box folder, what you're going to see, I have this organized by name. Here are class audios, but here's all the class notes. I have it dated and what lesson it covers, and then all of the class videos, okay? All of what you see here in the box folder is exactly what you get here in the My Open Math page under textbook information and videos, and right here, my lessons and corresponding videos. These go in the appropriate order. So I pretty strongly recommend, if you're going to want to use these longer videos and actually get a class experience, that you access them here, okay? Of course, if as you're proceeding you have any questions whatsoever, please know that I'm always here for you. I'm always more than happy to answer any and all questions. All right, I want to make sure that I've covered everything. So, in general, the long and short of what I'm trying to say to you here, I don't want to make this too long because I could ramble about math classes forever, are the following. A, I'm happy to help you. Hitting message my instructor when you're doing homework problems, please take advantage of that. What I have found very often is that when students have questions about particular homework assignments, I can write up detailed solutions and scan and email that to you. And that oftentimes is enough to help. Having said that, I'm happy to meet with you because this is an online course, and I know that there's people in online courses who live on the other side of the world. What I ask you to do, if you want to set up a meeting, is send me an email with your availability. We can meet in person if you're nearby. I have an office over at Missoula College that I'm more than happy to meet with you at, or I am happy to set up a Zoom meeting that works with both of our schedules. All you need to do is reach out and not be shy. Another super important thing to keep in mind in any online course is check your campus email regularly. I will be sending out a weekly email saying, hey, if you're using the suggested schedule, this is where you should be in the class. And it's also just for you to have like that constant reminder, like, please keep working and don't save everything into the last minute. Okay. So in terms of immediate deadlines, one deadline is you need to take the syllabus quiz, which I showed you on the My Open Math. And if you have a question, I can send you an email taking you there. That needs to be done in the first 2 weeks of classes. Hopefully you do it a lot sooner. A, it's a way for me to get to know you. And B, it's also a way for me to make sure that you read through the syllabus and know some very basic course policies. Nothing tricky there, okay? The other strict deadline is if you are going to complete this class, you need to have taken the first exam by spring break. Again, hopefully a lot sooner, but I've just found over the years that the key to success in these classes is not procrastinating. And so that's my way of at least making sure that everybody's engaged in the course. So last but not least, just to be sure, I will be sending out that welcome email. And the My Open Math page is seriously where this whole course exists. So here's the textbook information. Here's the syllabus quiz that you can access. Again, it tells you it must be completed. I mean, literally, there's nothing very tricky here. I just want to make sure that you're reading it and have an idea of the course. From there, you're just going to proceed through each of these read through lesson 1, watch the videos, do lesson 1 homework. And then when you're done with that, move over to lesson 2 and do the whole same thing again. Okay, again, with each of these, there are homeworks. And when you get to the point where you are ready for your first test, what you'll do is you'll email me and I will open it when you're ready to take it. Okay. Please don't be shy about communicating with me, whether it's via email or whether it's via the message instructor. I am here for you. I truly want to help you understand this material. I understand a lot of people don't love mathematics. I think it's the most beautiful subject area, but one would hope if I've spent my career talking about it that I would feel that way. But I really, really want you to understand the material as well. And I want you to see its applicability to what it is you may be studying. Because this course is required for your major, presumably because you're going to be using some of the ideas and the critical thinking skills and the problem solving skills that I teach along the way. I'm not out to trick anybody. I'm totally here to help. So please don't be shy. I look forward to working with you as the semester proceeds. And again, please never hesitate to reach out and ask me questions. Okay. I wish you all the best and I'm excited to get to know you. Thank you.